Raj Vettatiri Maharishi's Simplified Kundalini Yoga. And in these last few classes, in this series of lectures and course instruction, you've been learning about energy and consciousness. And you've been building up your energy fields by being aware that there are energy fields. That in itself is somewhat of a context shift in your life, thinking that there's an actual energy field or life force that is the essence of what you are, which brings what you are into expression or brings life into your life. It's what makes life alive. And so that aliveness within you is you. That which causes life within you is you. That life force within you we're calling your spirit, or we're connecting with it, moving through our body as our Kundalini, or we're kind of generally referring to it as Shakti, as life force. And so I want to invite you in this ninth lecture as we study not only simplified Kundalini Yoga, but the science of Kundalini Yoga. In other words, the science of this life force energy. In other words, the science of the self. What you're studying is the science of yourself, who you are and why you were born. And you're studying this because you have evolved yourself to the point where you're ready to know. You have come to the point in the evolution of your consciousness where you're ready to know who you are and why you were born, so you can fulfill the purpose of your existence and ultimately find more happiness and peace, find harmony in life. So lecture number 9 in Swamiji's series is Harmony in Life. How do you find harmony? Well, first I'd like to invite you to connect with the part of yourself that knows to look and develop yourself and evolve yourself and gain the information, the understanding, and the awareness to develop the skills and empower yourself and bring forth this higher awareness into your life, into your world. And so that's a matter of it registering, like, yes, I can, and yes, I do. I do want to evolve myself. I do want to find more harmony in my life. So what part of you is seeking that? I invite you, as you're watching me, to look within yourself and ask yourself, who am I? What is this part of me that seeks to know itself, that is seeking some kind of meaning and purpose, and is certainly at the very least trying to find some peace and happiness in life, some fulfillment maybe, or meaning too. So breathe in and connect with the part of you that knew to be here, the part of you that compelled you to listen, and engage the listening and the listener. And the same part of you that is listening is speaking through me. The same spirit brought me to speak, and the same spirit brought you to listen, and it's guiding all of us to evolve. Not everyone is listening, but your listening is the point. There's some part of you that's kind of listening to that inner nudge. Excuse me. You're listening to that intuitive impulse, and to that kind of psychic guiding nature your sixth sense is developing. So much of our Kundalini meditation is in developing this sixth sense, this sense of higher awareness, which can lead to states of profound, not only awareness, but bliss. And so let's step into that feeling right now. Let's first connect with a part of us that is alive, and the kind of that sense of spirit that's guiding us. What brings you to read a certain book or take a certain course or to listen to me? What is that guides us? In other words, we all have this in common. Spirit is guiding us. We're part of a small but rapidly growing segment of the population that is awakening. So I'd like to invite you to acknowledge that in yourself, that you are part of that less than 1% of the world population that is consciously seeking out enlightenment of the consciousness, your own consciousness, and for the sake of the world. So breathe in and connect with the part of you that connects with that, or feels good about that, or reflect on that and see how you feel and connect with that feeling. And as you breathe out, I invite you to find a comfortable place to sit. You should normally close the doors, maybe light a candle, burn some incense, create a spiritual space. This is a sacred time, a holy space. It's as powerful as you make it. So let's make it real. Let's make this next hour or so profound in our life. Not just more information, not just another meditation, but let's let a higher power come into us, come in both through the meditation itself and through your own awareness. Let's intend that the divine steps into your life and begins to guide you too. So breathe in and just open yourself and say, I'm open to receive. And I would say you are protected and guided by the divine in all your activities, day and night, in all places. Now, sit comfortably, but sit up straight. And as you close your eyes, I want you to imagine you're stepping into a hot bubbling jacuzzi. So we use an image of either a mineral bath or hot tub or jacuzzi, because when we've experienced sitting in these warm, bubbling water and how relaxing it is, we don't have to try to relax. The muscles naturally unwind. The mind can be free. So I want you to envision in your own mind that you're stepping into this hot pool and feel the warmth rolling up through your legs. And then as you bend your knees and kind of sink into the hot tub, feel the warmth rising up your back till it comes all the way up to you're kind of nuzzling in, scoot down till the water comes all the way up to your neck. And as you breathe out, let the tension in your shoulder drop. Let your neck relax, let your head roll back, let your eyes roll up. And with your eyes closed, we always begin by simply gazing at the point between the eyebrows. Now, you, as you're listening to me, may just want to look at me for a moment, but you'll go in and out. So this is an active meditation. Some of your meditation, your eyes may be open, sometime it may be closed. Later in the meditation, we'll all close our eyes. But as you're listening to me, whether your eyes are open or closed, I want you to both feel a certain transmission that is occurring and see it between our eyes as I'm gazing into your eyes, so we can connect spirit to spirit and soul to soul. And there'll be a transference of energy, of Shakti, of spirit energy, called Shakti Pat. And this is how we train at Self-Awareness Institute, and how we were trained by the Maharishi, is to learn to tune into our own life force energy, and also learn to tune into the teacher's energy. And so, kind of like a music class. This is harmony in life. So we're talking about energy. We're talking about finding a harmony. We're talking about a vibration. We may think of it as music. So I'm the conductor, and each of you are an instrument. And what I'm trying to do is help you find a harmony. And we're tuning into each other energetically, spirit to spirit and soul to soul, heart to heart. So I want to invite you to breathe in and feel this energy as you sit here in the jacuzzi. As you just imagine you're soaking in the hot tub and feel the warmth penetrating into your muscles and tendons and bones, just massaging the tension out. And as you breathe out, feel it just melting away as it soaks into the muscles, tendons, and bones. Breathe in and feel the energy moving up your spine, all up into your neck and head. And as you breathe out, just let your mind go, like butterflies floating out of your head. Just let your thoughts kind of float around without paying any attention to them. Instead, your focus is on the energy within you. So breathe in and connect with that life force energy. For that which causes life within you is you. So we're not meditating to try to get to some other place. Our true self is already realized. We're meditating so our mind and body can become present to that divine presence within us that is us, that life force expression, which we call spirit, the expression of consciousness, which is the essence of what you are. Because if you think of it, isn't your own existence what you're thinking, what you're conscious of, what you're feeling, what you're saying, what you're doing? Your life is an expression of your state of consciousness. So we're here to learn and grow and evolve, to realize our full potential, to realize ourselves. We're in a body-mind vehicle. And in order to find harmony in our life, we need to find harmony between all these different facets of our life, between the body, mind, and spirit, as an example. When there's spirit within us, there will be more harmonious resonance and interface with the energies around us. And we will learn to find our harmony in all these areas of our life. And Swamiji has identified 5 areas that for our yoga practice of awareness, of finding a certain balance and consciousness in different areas of our life. So one is a consciousness between our body and our life force. So to realize that there's a housing, a cell structure, and then there's a current that runs, like the electricity that runs through a light bulb, and the filament is of the material that is used to conduct the light. Your body allows your spirit to conduct light through you, you see, and so there's going to be a balance in that energy. Number 2, balance between wisdom and habit. So in your life to find harmony, you need to really take control of your habits. You use your mind to see what works and what doesn't. Where most people are so unconscious, they're more reacting to life than creating their life. And so Swamiji gives us tools like the neutralization of anger and amelioration of worries. And the meditation itself, it helps you get centered and cleared and balanced. Later in this lecture, we'll do the 30th teeth meditation. And you're just going to go so far out as you attune to energy fields outside of your physical self. And this is where this science of Kundalini Yoga gets so exciting, is when you start going to other dimensions of existence and other places in the universe and other realms and what we'll call states of consciousness. There's non-physical being. And so this is all going to become familiar to you. Number 3, between the self and society. So we've also got to find some kind of balance. We live in a world with other people. We have needs that we share, exchange of goods and services and information and love. And so there's a certain way we need to learn to find a balance, to be conscious of the energies around us in the society we live, the economics, the culture, the language differences, and the nuance within a country and a subgroup. So this is another way we balance our energy. Number 4, between our purpose and our method of living. So what is our life purpose? And then the question is, are we living in accordance with our life purpose? Are we really going through motions? Are we thinking, speaking, acting in ways that bring us to what our real goal is? And this will be an interesting place to reflect. So think of this as a reflective meditation or introspective meditation, a form of Gyan. And the 5th and last one is between the will and nature, or your will and divine will, might be another way to look at it. So there are different forces. So whenever we're talking about Kundalini and life force, we're talking about energy. So let's begin by feeling our body and feeling the energy in our body and being attuned to what state we're in. So this is a central theme, both at the Self-Awareness Institute and at the World Community Service Center, where we teach how to raise consciousness. The first step is to become conscious of how conscious you are. To become conscious of the fact there are different levels of consciousness and that you consciously have to decide to become more conscious. You have to decide to evolve yourself to a higher level, to attain a higher state, to fully enlighten. So let's all breathe in and just reaffirm that intention, if it is yours, that we're here to fully enlighten, to realize our full potential, to bring this inner light, inner knowing, and all this love, to bring our spirit in through what we think and say and do, and to express it, bring it into our world, our work, our relationships. Let this higher vibration shine on the faces of everyone we meet, everywhere we go, all the time, every day. And then you're really living it. You're entering into the kingdom because you're bringing this awareness into your thoughts, words, and actions. And so there's a way to find harmony. It's similar to the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, in the sense that we become mindful of the different ways that we engage our life, our thoughts, our words, our actions. And so let's begin with the first one, between the body and the life force. And what I'd like to invite you to do is just feel the energy in your body first, like we always do. Feel it in your nervous system. So just know that there's energy moving through the nerves into all your organs and extremities. Breathe in and just connect with it. Maybe make a fist so you contract your fingers, squeeze your toes in a similar manner, and then let go. So that just sends a little current through your extremities, demonstrating how there is an electrical current, a bioelectric current in your body. And then the next step is to feel it in the more subtle levels, like your chi. You have areas, meridians, that run, that conduct currents, areas of low resistance and high conductivity, enable your life force to enter into the cell structures, where these electromagnetic fields are actually the cohesive force that hold the cells together. So we want our life force energy to be strong so that it can regenerate. And this is part of our Kaya Kalpa. So some of the other training we offer is that Swamiji gave to us, and he trained me to teach you, is in the Kayakalpa exercises. So you learn cell regeneration. And many of these breathing exercises we do at the retreats, and that perhaps you've gone online to see. And doing this meditation in itself, when you do a third eye meditation, you're stimulating your pituitary gland, which produces your HGH, or human growth hormone. So it keeps the gland that produces the HGH strong and toned, which enables it to produce more HGH than it would otherwise, which creates a rejuvenating effect in your body. So this meditation is wonderful for replenishing your body's life force energy and connecting you with the life force energy. Whenever you look at your third eye, you're plugging into the source of life itself. So let's feel that right now. Feel it in your nervous system, feel it in your chi, feel it in the electromagnetic fields around your body. So just imagine your entire body enshrouded in a cocoon of golden white light. And now feel the energy flowing between you and me. So you have a connection with the divine without my presence in your life. We're all connected with God directly. But what I would like to do is help bring this light out from within you. I'd like to help develop it like your personal trainer. Help us exchange spiritual energy, exchange a brotherly love, an awareness, a field of awareness, a level of consciousness. So bring your hands up and learn to tune in with me. Just breathe in and feel the Shakti moving into your palms. Bring your palms up, and by the grace of the God, we're purified and blessed. I say, Lord, help me to be a pure vehicle for your love and light wisdom. Any human being is simply a host for the Spirit. So we are here to develop ourselves to be a better instrument, to allow Spirit to speak through us and act through us as it's doing now. So you're both receiving and transmitting too. Your whole body will begin to vibrate as you pick your hands up. Feel the energy, moving it in. Absorb it. Feel it moving down your arms, into your heart. And as you breathe out, let that light out. Feel that light just spreading out through your entire body. And imagine your entire body again enshrouded in a cocoon of golden white light. Breathing in. And before we go too far, I want to invite you to bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle. And imagine you're holding a beach ball in front of your chest. And just slowly squeeze the beach ball and see if you can feel the energy that is developing between your palms. Because as you connect with energy, and as I'm sending you energy, what's happening is it's like your auric field is beginning to expand and expand and expand, and we're going to be cycling energy and developing it. I want your inner light to grow brighter, your field to expand wider, and your state of consciousness to move higher, to a higher frequency. All these things you're going to learn to do through the self-realization course or other training, or even here right now. So take a deep breath and open your heart. Just say, I'm open to receive. And as you breathe out, feel that energy that we're sharing just like being blown out of your body, like your whole body's glowing, and now your glowing is growing. So breathe in, absorb. Just say, I'm open to receive. I'm open to receive. Remember, it's through grace that we enlighten. It's not what you do, it's what you allow. And that's where a lot of people, particularly advanced students, get caught up. They start thinking, I can do it, I don't need help. And their ego completely just keeps them at this certain level for maybe the rest of their life, until someone can say, look, we know we're real impressed with how evolved you are, but at some point there's another level to go to. And so we all have to constantly let go of ourselves. And I'm going to join you in let going myself as we all just let go and let God. So breathe in and just say, Lord, step into my life. I don't want to be a me anymore. I want you to come in and guide me. I want you to show me the way. Lord, help me to be a pure vehicle for your love and light and wisdom. Now you can bring your hands down and just keep your eyes rolled up and keep gazing to the point between your eyebrows, or just gazing into my face, and you'll feel this energy continuing to move and cycle through your body. And so the words are really here in part as a way to bring your mind along so it's present with us. It doesn't wander off somewhere else. And it's really us just being together, sharing the darshans, sharing the energy field that is going to start opening things up inside you. So I invite you to breathe in and check in with the energy in your body and realize this is it. This is what you connect with, whether there's sound or not, whether there's talking or silence. When you're sitting, you're connecting energetically, you see, and you're going to find harmony within yourself. Find harmony within yourself, you're going to find harmony around you. So as you create this harmonious resonance within yourself, and don't we all kind of intuit that? If somebody's really at peace and at harmony, when they walk down the hall or you go into their room or their house, don't you kind of feel it? In the same way, if somebody's at discord, angry or upset, you kind of sense that too, even if they're not verbalizing it or necessarily showing it on their face. You can just kind of tell when people are off. And so what we want to do is learn how can we stay connected. And the way we can do that is by checking in with ourselves throughout the day and having accountability partners. At Self-Awareness Institute, I always advise my students, particularly the graduate students, to pick a partner and connect every day, or at least every week, to see where you're at. Make sure you're meditating every day. Make sure that you're not falling into an old mental pattern of feeling sorry for yourself or getting angry or fearful or worried or whatever. Staying conscious, it's just a matter of practice. That's your yoga. So at one level, we're looking at our body. How does my body feel? Am I getting enough sleep? Have I been meditating? Am I doing my yoga? Am I finding a balance? Do I feel the energy in my body? Am I getting tired? So it's learning to listen to your body, connecting with your body, connecting with the vessel and listening. It'll tell you what it needs. And making sure that you've got this surplus stock of life force energy. So there's a vitality, which is not only better health, but it's better well-being. It's a better state of mind. It means you're going to be in a better perspective, and there'll be more happiness and peace in your life when there's this happy body and happy mind. The second level that Swamiji advises us to look at is the difference between wisdom and habit. Now, this is what we've been dealing with some of these other lectures. So as you're listening to me in the jacuzzi, see if you can hear the sound of my voice from the point between your eyebrows, like it's just feeding you spiritual energy, like it's recharging the batteries in your spirit, as it were. And what you want to do is think, what are the habits that keep me from my purpose? Well, first you really need to see, well, what brings happiness and peace in my life? And so that's a good question for you to look at. And then what isn't bringing happiness and peace in my life? You need to become conscious of what makes you go unconscious. And then you should say, well, why does that keep happening? And am I really stuck in that? Realizing you have a choice to change your state empowers you to make that change. Do you see that? It's a state of mind. You're not limited by what you've thought before or what happened before. You can create any thought form in your mind that you want. So sit back in your own mind and think about that for a minute, creating thought forms, so that you can take what you're learning and simply tell your brain so it knows it. It starts thinking that way and putting forth new messages through your head to replace the old messages that you may not need to hear anymore. I'm not good enough, or judging other people, or getting angry or upset. So to find harmony is really to step out of the trammels of the mind and senses by having the wisdom to know that all those things that used to make you unhappy or create discord in your own mind was just energy running through fields of neurons in your head. That's all it is. It's an electrical transmission. It's a circuit in your head. It's a program in the computer. And if you don't like it, you can change it. And if you just put it in that context, all of a sudden, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what kind of thoughts or feelings you're having, if you just stop and remember what I'm saying to you now. So let it register. Ask your mind, will your brain, will you remember this tomorrow? That anytime you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace, it's just a reminder to connect back with yourself. And as soon as you connect with yourself again and ask yourself, how conscious am I? Where am I at? What is my head doing? You start looking at your head more objectively. Your thought processes become, you have more objectivity over them. And you can begin to replace the pattern. You can just see, it's like lifting the needle off the old phonograph album and moving it over to another song. You just change the place that your energy is running through your head. And so we've got tools to help you with that. But the first step is realizing you can do that. The third level is between yourself and society. And it's fairly self-explanatory. It's really saying, well, we've all got to pay taxes. We all got to deal with birth and death. We all have families. We all have work relationships and dealing with money. We all have different political perspectives and religious persuasions, and we've all got to learn how to live together. So the question is, where are you at with all the other energies out there? And if you have a reaction or a strong negative association, there may be an area there where you can find harmony. Maybe by looking at other perspectives. Maybe by considering other people's opinions. Maybe by gaining more information. Or maybe by not having so many opinions about it. Why have a judgment? Why not just see it as another thought form? Because that's all these things are that we're creating from our mind. All these ideas, all these religions, all these concepts that people kill and die for, or have a negative reaction in society, are because we're going unconscious. It's all a matter of going unconscious. If we treat each other with respect, treat others like we would like to be treated, right? So this is something obvious that you probably don't need preached to you, but the question we have is, do we live in this awareness? And if not, we should. So we just ask ourselves, maybe one of the areas that we look at is say, well, where am I not in balance? Where am I not in harmony? And just make peace there. See what you need to do. Maybe there's something we can let go of. Number 4 is between your purpose and your method of living. So if your purpose is enlightenment, to take an extreme example, if you're clear that you're here to realize your full potential, to realize God, and perhaps to make a contribution to bring forth some kind of energy or intention to make that shift happen so others may experience the presence of God and the bliss, and you naturally want to participate in that, you naturally want to play a part in that at some level. But then we got to ask ourselves, well, are my habits in line with that intention? Some people say, well, I'll be spiritual after I make a certain amount of money or get a certain amount of work done, or after I get my soulmate or get married or my third kid, or whenever. Sometimes we put meditating off for something else first, and that's kind of like putting God aside because you think something else is more important. You see, so part of looking at number 4 is your purpose and your method is saying, well, are you in line with your purpose? Are you doing the kind of things that are going to give you the results that you're really here for? Or are you getting a little too preoccupied with chasing money or the opposite sex, or sex in general, or relationships in general, or whatever it is that's out there? So the question is, we've got to do some out there. We have to have a job. We have relationships in life. There's room for it all, and they all serve the greater good of helping us to evolve and realize their full potential and to bring more love into this world. But the question is, have you found harmony to these aspects of your life? It's always easy to be spiritually high, as it were, when you live in a cave. When I was in India, I remember there was a time I was sitting 23 hours a day in meditation for weeks on end. I was so blissed out. I didn't ever want to leave. And I remember my guru told me I had to go back to work because we need to bring in our spiritual awareness into our real world. That's what we're here for. So you want to look at your purpose of why you're here, what you're being trained for, what you've learned, and then look, well, is my way of living consistent with that? Are you still smoking, drinking, eating food that isn't good for you? Are you eating live green foods? Are you putting toxins in your body? You don't need to be preached to about it. Innately, you know that inner knowing will guide you to the right foods and substances, what to do and what not to do. But it's another area of our life where we need to look at, find balance with. Your method of living. It involves your habits. Swamiji used to say, your habits are your destiny. I think that's profound. Number 5, we need to look at the areas between your will and nature. So you see, there's a divine will. There's a way that things are unfolding. It's like a snowball that going down the hill gets bigger and more parts are added to it. And as we look at the evolution of consciousness of the planet, we see that there is an evolution, a guiding hand. And this is one of the areas that Swamiji used to talk about a lot, and I wrote a book on. I'd like you to consider. It's called The Theory of Existence and the Science of Consciousness, where we talk about how these invisible energies, or this invisible hand of God, is guiding all of us to learn and grow and evolve. And this is very physical. And yet most people don't see it and don't know how it works. As you meditate, you're going to connect with that inner guiding nature. So understanding the science of how you work enables you to get more out of life and to direct your life, to ultimately find more harmony and happiness and peace. It's just a matter of being conscious, in other words. So there's a natural flow to life. Like they say in Taoism, there's the way. There's a natural order, the way things are unfolding. And you're either aligned with it or you're not. A human being's will can be aligned with the divine will. Or another way to look at it is to say how spirit is guiding us. Or it could go off on another track. The mind might say, I want this, or I don't want to let go of that. It might keep trying to go down one direction while the spirit's trying to guide you another, and that's what creates the friction. That's what creates the contention and the discord. It's to point out something's not flowing here. It's like in your body, pain occurs when something's not flowing right, whether it's the blood or nerve energy, or your body has a way of telling you something's blocked, it's holding back. And in the same way, we want to look at how spirit is both flowing through us in terms of our health and well-being, but also flowing and guiding us in relationship to the other energies around us. How are we being guided? Are we aligned with the divine will, in other words? So the more you meditate, the more you connect with that inner guiding nature, and you realize that we are all a part of a greater intelligence, like fingers on the same hand of God. And so the idea is to connect with that innate intelligence and to develop that and let it be expressed through what you think and say and do. And the development of that innate intelligence is what Swamiji calls the development of the sixth sense, which is developed through the activation of the Kundalini Shakti, which is what we're going to do now. So I hope you found that interesting. To find harmony within, we simply have to connect with the part of us that's already in harmony, which is the spirit. It's only the mind and body that would ever be not in alignment. So you've always got a place to get your center and your balance, to make that connection. So let's begin this meditation by, first of all, understanding that what we're connecting with we already have. You don't have to worry about doing it right or wrong. You're already that which you are. It's just a matter of your mind starting to get familiar with that which you are. You see the difference? Your mind is coming to its own realization of the true nature of yourself, because your mind has held the assumption that you are the summation of all the different thoughts and feelings and memories, wants, needs, desires, and aversions too, and everything you've experienced, and all this network of neurological data in your head isn't you. You're not your personality. You're not your character. You're not who you think you are. You're the spirit itself. And so this is coming as a realization to your own brain. I invite you to breathe into the part of you that knows this already. And we're going to exercise developing this knowingness. So it's not like we know it and we can just tune it out. We want to take our knowingness to a new level. So we're living it. We're living in this awareness as not a human being, but a spiritual being. So I first want you to breathe in and feel the spirit of your body. Feel the aliveness in your body. Feel your connection to Source. And now, again, if you'd like, bring your hands up. Feel the connection with me. Let's see if we can get another transmission going. And what this does is, first, again, you'll feel some blood rushing through your hands, and you'll feel some heat too. But there will be an electromagnetic field that you're going to begin to pick up on. And this is Shaktipat. So I want you to just breathe in and just connect with me. We're just sharing energy together. It's just a field we share. It's a loving feeling. And so I ask God to work with me. I invite you to ask the divine to work through you, and as we all connect together, this energy is going to start getting stronger. So breathe in and let it in. Open your heart. And as you breathe out, go ahead and bring your hands back down, roll your eyes up. And now this time, you probably want to close your eyes and simply gaze into the point between the eyebrows and feel this energy beginning to flow up your spine, nice and slow, from Muladhara. So just again, let's, for fun, picture where we're at. We're sitting on the earth, and there are these arcing fields of electromagnetism all around the globe, permeating the air we breathe. And as we inhale, we're breathing in this electromagnetism, this prana, this vital air, and it's internalizing and moving through our body in different gradients. Nerve energy, chi, electro or biomagnetism. There's other more subtle fields, causal body fields, and so forth. But for all intents and purposes, I simply want you to breathe in and feel the aliveness within you that is you. For that which causes life within you is you. And as you breathe out, just sit back in the jacuzzi and feel yourself dissolving into that feeling. Looking into your third eye, feel how you inhale. The energy is being absorbed, moving down the sides of your spine, the Inda and the Pingala, these subtle channels, and then moving up from the tailbone up through the center, up through the central channel, which is called the Sushumna Nadi, and you'll feel it moving up from Muladhara chakra, moving up, moving into the second chakra, your Svadhisthana, Manipuram, Anahat, up through the throat, Vishuddha, up through the neck, and now from the center of the head, imagine this light is expanding outward and outward and outward and upward and upward, like a lotus flower. Picture a blossoming flower and the petals unfurling. And from the stalk, this energy runs up and then it spreads out, kind of like the ends of a frayed rope. So picture your Kundalini flowing up your spine, and then from the center of your head, from the hypothalamus, just on top of the brain stem, your spinal column comes up through the pons into the hypothalamus. On top of that, the corpus callosum, and then this neocortex at the top of the head. We'll just feel how all this nerve bundle, this 1,000-petal lotus, is opening up, and all this light is opening up inside your head, and all this energy is moving up and up and up and out, and it's moving higher and higher, all the way up to the top of the head. So if you were to place a crown on the top of your head, a crown of light, where would that rim touch the skull? Just kind of be present or feel or even touch this part of your skull to get a sense of where you are up there. And what we're doing is this energy through our third eye meditation is moving your Kundalini up into your crown. So you're going to begin to feel some tingling or maybe some floatiness or buzzing or even a weightiness. Some kind of energy sensation is typical up here. And this is the first stage. So continue to look at your third eye. That's the on switch. That's conducting the energy loop. That's getting the Kundalini moving up. That's also opening up the circuitry in your brain now. So as we continue to look at our third eye, we're now putting our attention up at the top of the head. So we're just giving a little extra push to draw that Kundalini, to just kind of invite it to move up into the top of the head. This is our 1,000-petaled lotus, the 7th chakra opening. So we want to have some fun up here by thinking about it, by talking about it, by trying to feel up there at the top of our head. We're going to begin to feel energy, and we're going to be able to help move the energy up here. And this is the seat of the sixth sense. So your little brain cells are connecting. The dendrites touch. It's called dendritic branching. And that actually develops your brain like you develop a muscle from working out. Your sixth sense is going to get stronger and bigger. So as you're sitting there meditating, gazing into your third eye, you're just feeling this energy up at the top of the head. Now I invite you to bring your right hand and put it up. And like we were earlier. Just you don't need to put both hands up, just the right hand. Just pick up a little more energy and pat the air in front of you with that hand until you can feel the current pretty clear or strong. Just put it right up to the computer screen if you need to. And you should feel something coming in. So if I was with you, I would give you a blessing, which is called Diksha. And since I can't be in your physical presence, I can physically send the energy to you. And your head may already be tingling a little bit. But now if you bring your hand up above your head, that same hand that should be buzzing by now, slowly bring it down towards the hairline. See if you can feel the cushion of energy, because your crown's already opened up, and some of that Kundalini should be palpable to and physically tangible to the sense of touch in your hand, because your hands can pick up the biomagnetism. So now rest your hand or rest your palm on the top of your head for just a minute and just feel the energy from your hand kind of being absorbed into your skull. So that was the whole idea. You are protected and guided by the divine in all your activities, day and night, in all places. Now bring your hand back up again and bring it kind of over to the left and then forward and to the right and back. And just say, I am protected and guided by the divine in all my activities, day and night, in all places. And now you can bring that hand down. And I need you to sit up straight. For Kundalini meditation should always be done with an erect posture. But particularly for crown, for Turiya and Turiya teeth meditations, you want to have the best posture possible. So sit up straight, and as you breathe in, all your attention is on your crown. And I want you to very slowly just nod your head forward and back as if you're nodding, yes, I understand. And this is just a way to help you become sensitive to the energy vortex that's beginning to open up. So there is a whirling vortex of energy that is moving both out of the top of your head and moving down into you from above. And so people that have seen this energy field have described it as a halo or an aura. And right where the disc is where the energy comes around. But first let's start at the top of the head. So there's a sensation there, and you should feel it as you're nodding your head forward and back. Now change from forward and back to left and right. And just observe the sensation at the top of the head. Not fun? And the next time you come to the left, nod your head forward slightly to the right, and then back. Left, forward, right, and back. So you're simply making little circles with your head. And if you were to imagine a pencil sticking out of the top of your head, what you're essentially doing is drawing circles maybe 6 inches in diameter, 6 inches above your head, to give you an idea of how much to turn your neck. It's really very little. And we're just doing this motion to help feel the sensation at the top of the head. So generally you really need to focus attention at least 2 minutes at a time for the energy to set, so to speak. Now, make the circle smaller. From 6 inches in diameter, start to tighten those circles up into 5 inches. And very slowly tighten them again into 4 inches in diameter. And then 3. And then 2. And then 1, and then come into the very center point and just be still and imagine your spirit was released, like you let go of a balloon you've had for a couple of days, and very slowly the balloon is beginning to rise, just a few, very slowly rise up an inch and then another inch. Just feel your awareness rising up above your head a couple inches, 3, 4 inches, maybe 5, coming up maybe 6 inches above your head. Just project your awareness or envision yourself floating 7, 8, 9 inches above your head, 10 inches above your head. maybe about a foot above your head. Let's just pause here for a moment. So about the height you would be if you were standing up. Just project your awareness above your head for a minute and meditate on this point above your head. Just be aware of the space above where your skull is. So you're projecting your awareness and your energy field, and the two are related. This is important you understand that your consciousness is expanding out now above your head, and you're just aware of the space above your head, and you're meditating up there. Perhaps picturing a ball of light if you'd like, or just hovering like an astral projection above your body. And now continue to expand upward towards the ceiling. Like you're floating, like you'd left your body, you're just floating. Just imagine what it would be like up near the ceiling. And then go through the ceiling and any other rooms in the roof until you're above the building. And just like a space shuttle that's starting to launch, feel yourself rising up through clouds and quickly passing any planes and jet airliners. So if you were to look down, maybe you're as high as a jet airliner, continuing to expand up higher and higher. Feel yourself rising up to where the satellites orbit the Earth, or the space station and the shuttle, and just imagine the Earth from that height. And from here to continue to expand your awareness outward like a shining star in all directions. Just expand your awareness out so you envelop the Earth and the Moon and Mercury and Venus and Mars and all the other planets and the Sun, out past the asteroid belt, expanding out now into other stars, into thousands, even millions of other stars. Expand your awareness out. Just imagine your awareness expanding out in all directions, enveloping the entire galaxy with hundreds of millions of stars, like you just ate it up. And now these galaxies are inside you. Your awareness is enveloping hundreds of other galaxies, expanding out through the local group into other groups. So there are thousands of other galaxies, each with hundreds of millions of stars. Continue to expand your awareness outward farther and farther through millions and millions and millions and billions of galaxies. More galaxies than there are stars you can see with your eyes at night. Just untold billions of galaxies. Continue to expand out to the ends of the Big Bang. Expand out as far as the material universe goes. Expand your awareness beyond what you can imagine, beyond time and space and energy and matter. Expand your awareness beyond the physical universe into the primordial state, from this latent potential from which all things arise out of, are sustained by, and merge back into. Continue to expand out into the Godhead, into the consciousness itself, and observe the whole physical universe kind of shrinking as you expand out. In proportion, the universe is shrinking down before you like a little star in the sky itself, a faintly twinkling in the distance. Expand your awareness out farther and farther and farther, and just feel yourself dissolving into this infinite abyss of bliss. Now observe the feeling. Observe the feeling within you and around you. Observe the part of you observing the feeling. Observe the observer observing. What state are you in? Just be aware of that. And from this place, picture in your mind's eye just a light in front of you. And allow your awareness to come closer to that light. Within the void of the latent potential, imagine a crystalline sphere filled with billions of inclusions of light. And as you come up to and into this realm of time and space again, I invite you to shrink yourself down through billions of galaxies. Just picture our own Milky Way as you might have seen a galaxy like ours in Nova or the Science Channel. Picture a whirling cloud-like cluster of stars that is our own galaxy. And as you come closer to the galaxy, note that it's comprised of like a vapor of light. Its mass are billions of stars, each star twinkling, creating like a gossamer field of energy. And as you shrink down into the end of this one wisp, till you behold our own star, our own sun, and just imagine it from space. And remember, every element in your body was manufactured from a star. The essence of your own nature and being is a star. And the star is what sustains your own existence. It's the power plant. It's the center of the consciousness field in our solar system. So breathe in and let us pay tribute to the sun. And from there, look at our beautiful blue, white pearl of a planet. And picture yourself coming closer to the earth, depending on where you live on the earth. Imagine the region from space and come back down into your nation and find your city and come down like a space shuttle landing until you see your own neighborhood and the roofs and the building. And as you come through your building back into the room, and then come back into your body and observe the sensation at the top of the head. And just meditate on your crown for 1 minute. Observe the feeling at the top of your head. And with your next breath, draw that energy from your crown back into your body, into your heart. Like inhale it in. Like you're drawing the universe and that universal awareness into your body. And as you breathe out, that awareness is just permeating your entire body, enveloping your physical structure, and bathing every cell in this infinite oneness that we all are, realizing the same consciousness in me as in you and as in everyone else and everything else everywhere all the time. Take a deep breath and feel the presence of God within you that is you. Realize this. This is your true nature. And then as we breathe out now, let us just take a moment to bless our family. Think of your spouse and bless, or your significant other, and bless them, and your children and pets, and your other relatives and friends, and people you work with too. May you be blessed by the divine. You are protected and guided by the divine in all your activities, day and night, in all places. May the whole world live in happiness and peace. And may you enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, happiness, and peace. I picture you creating more love in your life and bringing that love into your family and into your work, bringing more compassion into your decisions and into your world. And I'm picturing a world where everybody began to love each other. Let's picture a world this year where everybody awakens, and we picture a world where we all began to get along. We all just rose above our petty differences. We all saw beyond the dogmas and began to realize the universal underlying truth in all of our religions, and the fact that we all have the same creator, and that it is our destiny to learn to live together in peace. So we are all making that conscious effort. Let's picture a world where everybody felt this love. Take a deep breath. Feel the love. Just connect with the love. Connect with the spirit within you. God bless you. Thank you for being in my life. I'm Stephen Sadler, the director of the Self-Awareness Institute, and I want to share with you more. Be a part of our life. Come play with us. Come experience the Garden of Eden that's right here on earth. Breathe out, and let's picture a whole world that connects. Let's picture a whole world that gets this and brings this into their family and their work, that brings the love into the world, that changes the world, and the prophecy is fulfilled. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Can you picture it? Can you be it? Can you be the change? Everyone breathe in. Fill yourself with as much of this high vibe or spiritual energy as you can get. And as we breathe out, let us feel that sense of love like a beacon, like a radio station broadcasting. Just broadcast this higher vibe from your spine like an antenna, and feel that love moving through your room and down the street into your city and state and nation and to all the people of this world. God bless the whole world. May the whole world live in peace. God bless all those that aren't eating every day or suffering with an affliction. Let's send love to all those that hate and would kill themselves or another. Anyone that would carry a gun or kill. Without judging, let's just send them love. Let's send love throughout the whole Middle East, all the Arabic countries and Persia, all the way up into Afghanistan and Tibet, the nation of India and Pakistan. The whole continent of Africa could use a hug. Let us just feel love for all of humanity, realizing we're all brothers and sisters of the same Creator, and we're here to bring this better world about. It's our time, and the time is now. May the whole world live in happiness and peace. May the whole world live in happiness and peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.